Matches Balone.
Hey, what is up, guys? Matches Balone here, bringing you guys another DC Toy Box TV review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Pop Heroes Suicide Squad number 106, Deadshot Masked. Okay, guys, like always, before we get into the actual figure review, I do want to go over the packaging. As you can see, this is your standard Funko Pop box. It is an open window box where we get to see the figure inside. Right here in the corner, we get a cartoony image of the same figure. Up top, we get a Pop Heroes logo, Suicide Squad logo, and the number 106. The masked Deadshot from the Suicide Squad film is the 106th figure of the entire Pop Heroes toy line. Right here in the bottom, we read Deadshot with mask in parentheses. We get vinyl figure, age recommendation of 14 and up, and we get a warning. On the side, we get to see the entirety of that cartoony image. Up top, we get Pop Heroes, Deadshot, masked, 106, and a DC Comics logo right there in the corner. In the back, we get to see the same cartoony image, as well as another Pop Heroes logo, Suicide Squad logo, and the entirety of the Suicide Squad Pop Heroes toy line. Deadshot masked, 106, Funko logo, DC Comics logo, and a Warner Brothers logo. Then on the side, continuing with that open window packaging, we get to see a side view of the figure inside. Pop Heroes logo, Deadshot mask written across the back, 106, and we get the top of that cartoony image. Then on the top of the box, we get the same cartoony image as well as another Pop Heroes logo. And on the bottom, we get pretty much some more manufacturing details as well as a Funko logo, barcode, made in Vietnam, and Funko's social media contacts. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the packaging, guys. We are going to get Deadshot out of his box and we can check him out. Okay, guys, here we have masked Deadshot out of his box. Now, before we get into it, I do want to say that inside of your packaging, you're going to get a flyer for the Legion of Collectors box. For those guys who don't know, Legion of Collectors is the bi-monthly subscription box from Funko themselves, and it is all DC Comics. Right there is their website. Now, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because if you guys are trying to collect an entire run of the Suicide Squad Pop Heroes line, Legion of Collectors does have an exclusive Enchantress figure. So if you want to collect them all, go check them out. But enough of that. Let's get into the figure. Now, I gotta say right off the bat, I am so happy that this Deadshot can actually stand up. If you guys go see my regular Deadshot review, he tumbles over. He does not stand up for anything. I actually have to rotate his head backwards so he can stand up. Now, I will bring it out in a little bit and we can compare the two, but I'm just happy that right out of the box, this one stands up. So now I finally have a Deadshot that can show up in the front of the shelves. But yeah, right off the glance, you know, this is essentially the same figure, just that he has a mask on. You know, so there is no difference when it comes to gripes or complaints. You know, it still have the same complaint in the sense that this is a really cool figure, but of course the big rifle up here in the front of the body is quite annoying because now I can't see his, you know, his costume. So that's really cool. I'm not really going to go too much into detail when it comes to this figure. Like I said, it's essentially the same one as the regular Deadshot, so go check out my Deadshot review if you want me to talk more about the body of the figure. I do want to talk about is the mask. Now, I gotta say the mask definitely looks really cool. I like how this kind of like etching design is followed throughout his whole head, so that's definitely really awesome. I even like how they kind of do it over the ears as well. That is really cool and really cute. It's really cool how they have this opening for his eye right there, and of course he has his scope optic on the other eye. Now, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I always remember Deadshot had his scope on the right, and I feel, or I believe in the film, he has it on his left. So if any of you guys can correct me on that, feel free, because I definitely want to know. But still, looks really cool, looks really interesting. It almost kind of looks like a hockey mask in the sense of the design, you know. But you know, it's not all white. It's almost kind of a cream color, you know, so it's not a kind of clear pasty white. So that's also interesting. I like how his optic, even though it is mostly black, there is some gray, red, and blue in there to kind of give it some more color. So definitely I like that design as well. It looks really cool. I also like how they kind of line the eye opening right here with black. So again, it gives it some more, you know, just a little more detail. So that's pretty awesome. Now, aside from the rifle, I do have a complaint that I feel like this figure, it did come out a little dirty. I don't know if, you know, the camera can pick it up, but there is a little bit of a dirt sign right there, and there's a little bit of scuffing in the back. Now, it's not a big deal, but it is kind of annoying every time you buy a new figure and, you know, there's already some type of gunk on top of it. So, you know, it's just something I wanted to point out. Like I said, it's not that big of a deal. You'll most likely have your Deadshot figure facing forward. So the chances of somebody kind of looking at the top of the head and noticing, oh my God, he's dirty, it's like, you know, it's practically none. So it's not that big of a deal, but still, it's a complaint. And, you know, I just hope Funko would, you know, get some better quality control. You know, I know these are mass produced, but still, like, it's too many times I get a new Funko Pop and there's already some type of gunk on it or scuff or something to that nature. You could already see he does have the same articulation point as any other Funko Pop. You could rotate the head. It is nice and tight. It's not loose, so that is very nice. But yeah, that is pretty much all the differences I want to talk about this figure. Now, I am going to bring out the regular Deadshot so you guys can kind of compare and contrast. So here we have the Suicide Squad Pop Heroes Deadshot. Now, I said, he does not stand up for anything. That's why I have him rotated back. So that's why we have him here. Like I said, he is essentially the same character. So they're the same height, same in scale and everything. So I'm going to rotate him forward so you can kind of see the comparison. Like I said, this is essentially the same figure. It is just a different head. It still looks really cool. You know, here's the back. You can see same body, same everything, just, you know, a different head. That looks really cool. You could already see the difference, you know, how the mask compares to, you know, the bald head with the beard. It's really cool. And just to show you, I'm going to let them go. You see? So, Deadshot always stumbles over. I don't know why. It's really annoying. I do feel like there's just something wrong with the mold on his body, because there really is no reason why this guy should be able to stand up and he can't. So, but yeah, for a little bit more of a fun comparison, I do want to bring out the Suicide Squad Pop Heroes Rick Flag. So we're going to put him right there. And I got the Batman v Superman Pop Heroes Superman Soldier. Put him right there. Now, the only reason I wanted to bring these two guys out to compare with Deadshot is because they all have a very similar body position. They are very militaristic in their clothing, and they have a rifle right in front of them. So I found that very interesting, especially considering these guys all come from the same universe. So it's just, you know, a really cool compare and contrast among the different figures. Here we have a close-up view of masked Deadshot and Rick Flag. So you can already see right there how I'm talking about how they have a rifle right in front. And they still look very materialistic. Deadshot, of course, seems to have a little more personal style, but still it looks really cool and really interesting. Also, how you can kind of compare and contrast the black and red to the green and black. That is also, you know, a very cool comparison. Also interesting to note, different rifles. Deadshot has a bigger and more personal rifle, whilst Rick Flag seems to have a more standard issue rifle. So, looks really cool. We're going to put Rick Flag to the side. And here we have the BVS Superman Soldier. which again, as you can see, similar body molding. Soldier with a rifle in front. Of course, Deadshot has a lot more. Sorry, guys. Has a lot more personal taste within his own clothing. This does seem more of just a regular standard soldier. He is pretty much all in gray and black. It's a little boring. While Deadshot kind of has this red and gold motif going around to give him some more flair. And also, you could already see just the different in rifles. This is just a more regular rifle, no attachments, and this is a more personal rifle. Obviously, it is bigger and it's glossy red, so looks really cool. See the back once again, and yeah. But yeah, that is pretty much my masked Deadshot review. Like I said, guys, if you guys want some more personal details on the body itself, please go check out my regular Deadshot review. Aside from that, they are pretty much the same. I would definitely recommend this to all you Deadshot fans out there and you Suicide Squad film fans. I know you guys are probably going to collect them all when it comes to Suicide Squad, but considering that my regular Deadshot is always falling over and, you're a little short on funds, I highly suggest you go over the masked version. This is the more iconic version of the character. If you guys read the comics, he usually has this mask on, so I feel this is a closer representation to the comics. And like I said, he actually stands up, so if you want to display him, I feel this Deadshot is better. But, ultimately, the choice is up to you guys. But yeah, go ahead, comment down below with any of your guys' thoughts and opinions. Are you guys collecting the Suicide Squad Funko Pops? Have you guys already picked up Deadshot? Are you going to pick up both versions of him? Whatever you guys want to say, go ahead, let me know. Like the video, guys, like it, dislike it if you didn't, and subscribe, and look forward to more videos, guys. Thanks. Laters.